Hey guys, it's 21 Maxwell here and welcome to another TW video. We are so close to 2020, this is the last Raw pay-per-view of the decade, Armageddon, before we hit, as I say, a new generation effectively. I think we're all integrate a lot more new stars going into the new year and pushing on from there. So could we be seeing some of the old guard filtering down the card? Could this show potentially have some up-and-coming stars that could be leading that new generation? Let's find out. This is WWE Armageddon. This is the final Raw pay-per-view of the decade. Let's see how we draw. Madison Square Garden. So, sold out 20,000 in the Garden. And we start off with a promo. It is Bo Dallas who comes to the ring as he hypes up his matchup against Aleister Black. This has been ongoing for a little bit, where basically this up-and-comer Aleister Black is getting opportunity after opportunity, match after match. And Bo Dallas feels insulted. He feels like this was his chance in his year to go on and become WWE champion, and he feels like people like Aleister Black is stepping in his way and preventing him from doing so. So only a 78 is a bit disappointing, but as I say, it gets the show off to a strong start. It gets the storyline some heat, gets the crowd hotter as well. The match may flop though, because I think it is the fourth time they're going to face each other. But at the end of the day, we have to end the feud. So that starts us off. And the matchup was superb. And Bo Dallas gets a bit of revenge on Aleister Black in 15:48 by pinfall with a handful of the tights. So good win for him there. Show got the crowd hotter again. Bo Dallas with just a 76 performance, but Aleister Black with an impressive 81. The storyline continues and gains a bit of heat. But Bo Dallas' retribution, as I say, puts him in a good position going in to the new year. Next up with the matchup, they had great wrestling and good heat. We had Jeff Hardy defeat Braun Strowman in 13:01 by disqualification. This has been an interesting feud. Basically, these two bumped into each other backstage. Obviously, we do want to try and push Jeff Hardy to that next level in time for WrestleMania, so I felt like a good storyline here for him and Braun. Braun's had a couple of attacks on him. Jeff Hardy had one matchup where Braun Strowman was in it. He distracted him, caused him to lose, and then hit him with a Swanton bomb. But Braun loses here, just the rage gets the better of him with B78. Jeff with a 72, Braun with an 85. So it's just kind of in between feud for both guys here, but hopefully can benefit both in the long term. And after the matchup, of course, Braun will continue to do the beatdown, but then Jeff gets a bit of retribution. He gets a ladder, jumps on top of the ladder, and then does a Swanton bomb onto Braun Strowman from the top of the ladder. A great spot, crowd goes wild, storyline gains heat, and a superb A90 rating there for that. Next up, a little showcase of the women's division. It was a match with decent wrestling, not a lot of heat though, and it was the girls from Down Under, Demi Bennett, Megan Kate, and Evie. So we're still unsure I'm going to turn Demi Bennett into Rhea Ripley. We'll decide on that. Even if you guys will let me know, would you prefer the name change, or shall we stick with Demi Bennett? They defeated the Sisterhoods, Nicole Matthews and Abby Leif, and Alexa Bliss in 9:09 when Demi Bennett defeated Abby Leif with the Soul Food. C plus 68 is pretty good considering it was our storytelling match of the night. A couple of decent performances in there. They're all kind of about the same level. I do want to push some of the Aussie and Kiwi ladies going forward. So good match up there. I'm happy with that considering the low levelness of a lot of the ladies and as we're holding back. Next up, backstage, Daniel Bryan attacks Tyler Bate. This feud has been ongoing. John Cena taking on Eurotrash. Eurotrash with Zack Sabre Jr. deciding it was time to get the band together. Him, Mark Skrull, Pete Dunne, Will Ospreay and Tyler Bate have been attacking Superstar after Superstar on Raw. They attacked John Cena. Daniel Bryan made the save. A 2-on-5 handicap match was announced tonight, but Tyler Bate has been taken out. So Daniel Bryan was fantastic. Tyler Bate looked lost. And the storyline did lose a bit of heat there with a C plus 67, but it was just to say to take him out of the match. Next up, an exceptional matchup. Austin Aries defeated Rusev in 17:52 by pinfall with a roll-up. Austin Aries makes the third defence of his US title. This was their fourth match. I just wanted to close this feud as well. A B80 due to the lack of psychology. Double A gets the win. He will continue to run with the title. Rusev will try and find something else for. The storyline advances, but that will be the end of that as we head into 2020. Both guys gaining a bit of skill, and overall the psychology would have probably taken this down from a high B+ matchup, but it is what it is, and I think going forward it's probably best we give these guys a new program. So next up was the European Championship on the line, and it's another feud that was coming to an end. A good matchup. Adam Cole defeats Dolph Ziggler in 13:32 by pinfall with a flying crossbody. Adam Cole making the 7th defence of the European Championship. B+83's Cole gets Adam Cole a bit more overness, a far better performance than Ziggler. This story gains heat but ends because Cole will move on to defend elsewhere. Ziggler, I'm either going to drop him down the card even more, or we may look at him possibly going to a tag team, but just again putting people over. But he's at 39 now, so kind of really struggling for what to do with Dolph. But a good performance from both. I'll take the B+83 any day of the week at this level. Next up, we had a decent matchup for the World Tag Team Championships. And it was the Rhodes Brothers, Dustin and Cody, who defeated TM61 in 13:55, when Cody defeated Nick Miller by pinfall. So a good one there. 4th title defence. Cody Rhodes was head and shoulders above everyone else. Great chemistry from them. Best performance was Cody. Worst was Dustin. Understandable because he has 50 in game. And I say it's a good showing from TM61. And maybe we'll get their opportunity in 2020. And after the matchup, promo from the Rhodes Brothers. Another tag team defeated another successful title defence. Who can stop these brothers? An open challenge for anyone in the new year. So next up is the greatest woman alive in this save, which is of course Dana Brooke. She's the new champion again. She says it doesn't matter if it's Paige, Bayley, Melissa, Crazy Mary Dobson, Alexa Bliss. She's the dominant woman in this division. She's going to prove it here. Storyline gains heat and she came across well. In the match itself, how's it going to draw? It's a triple threat match for the Raw Women's Championship. Holy fuck, the highest rating we've ever had for a women's matchup, ever so close to that A rating. It was a bout that had great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Dana Brooke defeats Paige and Melissa in 16:41 when she defeated Melissa, the Samoan Driver. She makes the first defence in this run of the Women's Champion. She had an 88 performance, 79 from Paige, 77 from Melissa. The storyline gained some heat, but credit to all three of these ladies. That was a matchup with no negatives there, and I say a B+87, the best women's match we've had in the save. And not bad 3 years in, so hopefully into 2020, into the new decade, we can get that ace matchup we're looking for. Credit to all three women there. Next up, we get Kevin Owens, who doesn't have a match for tonight. He says it's a shame that he's a former champion and he's not on the card. Enough is enough. He wants to be on this card. He wants his paycheck for his family. He challenges anyone to come out and get a match. This is accepted by Kota Bushi, who doesn't say a word. He just kicks Kevin Owens, and then we start the match up here. So this is our match. Kevin Owens, Kota Bushi. Open challenge storyline starts with this match. Good performance from both in an A89 segment. Match draw, this is what I'm curious. That's not too bad. An exceptional matchup. Kevin Owens defeated Ibushi 18-10 by pinfall, illegally using the ropes for leverage. This is going to be a storyline that carries on for a bit, starting from this open challenge. So because it's only one segment in low heat, the matchup will lose because of not having a hot storyline. So B+85. With guys getting a 94 and 93 rating, I do expect them to hit an A-, an A, or a, I don't even think they get an A-, an A or an A+ going forward. So, yep, the lack of storyline, that's an A-star match. That potentially could even be a Dave Meltzer 6-star match if it's in Japan. Joking aside, as I say, with a really proper storyline behind that, that's going to do good. So that'll probably be a good shout for either a Royal Rumble match, or potentially if we do anything like any special shows. I might add that a special in if we do like a tribute for the troops or just a Christmas or January special. So keep an eye out for that. Next up, John Cena hypes up the match against Zack Sabre Jr. Of course, it is the 2-on-4 handicap match. He's just basically saying Eurotrash have come in here to try and make a name for themselves. They're going to do that in John Cena, because John Cena is going to take them out, and he's not going to have anyone stopping him on his way to becoming 17-time, the record-breaking 17-time world champion. So A89 there. Cena looked good. Storyline gained a bit of heat there. Match itself, not the greatest, as I say, purely on the basis of Daniel Bryan be carrying it. John Cena would have decent overness, but the other guys, they're not at the top level. They're good upper mid-carders, but they're guys who need these kind of feuds to get them to the next level. So it's a superb matchup regardless. And the team of Marty Scurll, Pete Dunne, Zack Sabre Jr. and Will Ospreay, Eurotrash, defeat Daniel Bryan and John Cena in a handicap match in 21:03 when Zack Sabre Jr. defeated Daniel Bryan with a roaring elbow. B plus 83 there, so some decent performances. I say, Dunne, Ospreay and Scurll, their time will come. This is why they're in this faction, and hopefully, as I say, we can create 3 superstars for the next generation. All 3 of them improve Rumble skills there, that's good to see. Negatives, the lack of hot associated storyline, so maybe that could have been an 89, 90 if we had a bit more heat behind the storyline. Limited for having the many competitors and Cena's declining physical ability, but still, B plus 83, as long as the main event draws, we'll still be okay. Worryingly though, Samoa Joe's promo only gets a B plus 88. He's defending against Bray Wyatt. He says he's defeated everyone that's been put in front of him. He's not going to lose to these mind games with Bray Wyatt ever since he won the number 1 contenders match, and he's had the better of Samoa Joe in the last couple of matches. Tag matches, I should say. Then do the Fireflies over the top entrance for Bray Wyatt's title match. A disappointing B plus 86. This match has to draw. The big worry is, of course, Bray Wyatt's stamina while it lasts 20 minutes. And it's flopped as well. I think we're going to have a show which is going to have some unhappy broadcasters, and we are going to possibly lose some pop. So it was an exceptional matchup. Samoa Joe did defeat Bray Wyatt in 1957 with the Muscle Buster, making the 3rd defence of the WWE title. The B plus 85 again hampered by psychology. So we do have some good workers when it comes to psychology, but some just aren't at the elite level to carry it. Disappointingly, these guys were 91 and 94. This again easily would have been an A matchup. But as I say, we just have to try and put some certain workers with one guy who can just carry the psychology stat for both guys. So, yep, that hampered it. Bray's stamina as well, so I think we're looking at a B plus rating here, maybe a show of 85, 86. And we finished this show with Samoa Joe celebrating to an A92. Came across well. We're probably going to get some broadcasters disappointed. And B plus 86 as expected. No comments to make about the show. It's no pop game, whatever. But what I will say is I'm not overly too disappointed about it, because if you take away the women's match, that was the people were, that aren't there yet, who are building up for the future in a couple of years, so they're excused. And Daniel Bryan attacking Tyler Bate, everything's roughly about the same kind of level, that high 70 to high 80. It's quite a small little margin of error between your good matches and the great matches, but it's definitely not a horrible pay-per-view. I'm certainly happy with it. It certainly puts us in an okay position going into 2020. It just gives us an idea of what works and what doesn't work. But we're in transition. As long as we're not getting fucked off any networks, we'll be fine. But at the same time, even if we do, we still have that exposure of the WWE network, so people are always going to see our shows. This was on pay-per-view. Pay-per-view providers are going to be pissed because it's not, I think, at the usual rating they want about 89. But I'm happy with it. And it says a lot when your WWE Women's Championship match got a higher rating than your other. In fact, not even that. Not only did it get a higher rating than the WWE Championship match, the women's title match, just double checking the ratings there, was your match of the night. That get the highest rating. So that's a first as well. So I'm actually delighted with that. Then it just shows we can take some negatives, but in terms of where we've taken this women's division, I am absolutely delighted with that, and I feel like it can only get better and better going into the new year. So pleased is all three of them. No wonder, they absolutely deserve it. But I say going into 2020, we'll have the same kind of wrestlers on Raw for the next 3 months. We'll maybe try and push some guys going into Mania. A lot of guys on Raw that weren't in the show, but well, we'll see what happens from there. Let's quick have a look at a roundup of the news. Excuse me. So, Erin Angel, our former Erica, has joined with NXT Women's Division, so that's cool, that's cool. Anything else that directly? Festo, that's cool. I don't think there's anything else. Axel Kegel has quit NXT. Again, doesn't really matter because, well, they don't have them booking or anything, so I don't think it's overly affecting us. NXT Women had their Wild at the Weekend show, did quite well. Mickey Valentine leaves Lucha Underground, that's cool. Okada's away to Noah. When will his contract ever expire, just so I can give him big money to sign? World Tag Lead, but let's have a look. Armageddon, still get fantastic reviews, so it's still good there. And, Lesser Network for New Japan. So let's have a look. Some new contracts getting signed. Aero Boy gets a new 2-year contract, that's fine. Number 205 Live, Michaela Smith is going to get a year. I'm probably going to send her down to Lucha Underground, as we're also in talks with Kofi. He's also been looked at by Dragon Gate, New Japan, and others. So, yep, as expected, DirecTV were unhappy, that's cool. We do have a really high rating with them, so we do have to try and complete that. Okada goes to Noah, as we know, because I've got him shortlisted. Pentagon Jr. wants a better push, although realistically I've not really been using them. A 3.76 on pay-per-view. 4K drug tests. Paige likes Megan Kate, she's charismatic, that's good. Bo Dallas likes Demi Bennett, she's only going to get better. Another one of the Aussie ladies, or New Zealand ladies. Will Ospreay's pissing his teammate off, saying Tyler Bate doesn't connect with the fans. So Tyler Bate has been slagged off, not just by Will Ospreay, but also Pete Dunne recently as well. So no love for him, but we're doing well. As I say, when you think we've got Fergal Devitt as toxic, the fact is we're still making 9 million on pay-per-view deals, which is actually the highest we've had, apart from last month and the month before, for quite a while. So hopefully, as I say, the network will do good. That will do the SmackDown pay-per-view, TLC next week, and yeah, then we're on a 5-week break to Royal Rumble, unless we put in, as I say, a little show in between to try and get some people over. A couple of people I'm going to let go. If we just quickly get at my news items, if I can know where the fuck we go. There we go. So basically, we're releasing a lot of people that are out of contract. So in terms of these people, Barrett's going, Ando's going, Yamato's going, Bajia's going, Carlito, Snare, Primo is going, Kofi's got a new contract, even Nino Diabano's leaving, Corey Graves got a new contract, as will Joe Coffey. The likelihood is as well that Truth will go, Asuka will probably stay, Dustin, I'm not sure what we're going to do with him, and yeah, quite a few guys here that's based on negotiation periods in the next year or so are going to leave, just to trim the roster down. And yes, that's true, I did sign Brodus Clay and what. But yeah, things are looking good. I'm still happy, still enjoying the save. And I say it's just, you know what WWE's like, they kind of take this little downtime over the festive period, and then everything really kicks on from the Rumble to WrestleMania. So as always, guys, cheers for watching. It's much appreciated. If there is any kind of like one-off shows you'd like to see, maybe a Taboo Tuesday or maybe even a Cyber Sunday type thing where we could do something where I put votes up for people to pick matches and opponents. Let me know if you want to see something like that. We could look at that down the line. As I say, the chances are we do see a tribute to the troops, but you never know. We'll see what happens as time goes on. So as always, thanks for watching. It's deeply appreciated. Any comments, etc. are always appreciated. I'll always try and get back to as many as I can, like subscriptions, all that jazz, you name it. And of course, don't forget to check out the many other great TW YouTubers there are. You can see them in my featured YouTube channels. And of course, if you want to see more that maybe, as I say, haven't been updated to that list, or then undiscovered talent that only a few people know about, Fantasy Booker subreddit, check the damn videos out there. I have a lot of good guys doing some good content there. And of course, the Grey Dog Soccer forums. A lot of great advice there, a lot of good information. A lot of guys sharing their creative knowledge, so maybe you're kind of struggling for an idea. These guys will help you through that. And of course, don't forget the fantastic group of modders we've got there, the likes of Fleece, the likes of The Who, and many others. Matt Shannon to name just another. Janadi, if I can name 4 off the top of my head, but there's plenty of other people, great mods out there from different eras, different time zones and the like, or time eras, I should say. And of course, if you need your graphic stuff there as well, plenty of guys making some fantastic cuts, face packs, logos. I could go on, but some of the content, even my good friend was Taladai making some good, as I say, face packs and the like as well. Some very creative ideas, just a little bit different from the norm. But cheers always for watching, guys. It is a pleasure as always, and hopefully I'll see you next time for the next video, which will be tables, ladders, and chairs. And thankfully, these days, not stairs. Take it easy, guys. See you soon. Bye bye.